he is, the leader of the PixelNation, Kevin Morris. Kev, how you doing, brother?
I got caught.
You did get caught. Come over here, brother. We need you to talk about your artwork, your wife's artwork, and we're going to eventually rope you into taking us on a tour of the store, brother. Nerd Extreme. This guy gets like 28 A-pluses for being a nerd. Mark claimed earlier he was the Swirly of the Year captain. You, sir, though, I imagine you lived in a locker when you were in high school. But that's okay, because in that locker, do you know what this guy had? Motherfucking Game Boy. That's right, you had a motherfucking Game Boy. How you doing?
Doing good, you.
Life's going well. The store's been looking great. There's been a lot of improvements there. Of course, you sank a lot of money back into reinvesting in your product. It shows. The glasses, not real. This is a fashion statement. But you know what? When you're nerdy, dirty, and over 30, you get to do whatever the hell you want. Nobody can tell us what to do anymore. What can you tell us about the artwork you and your wife have here? Some of this is quite impressive, and then some of it is yours.
Yeah, my wife, she's an awesome painter. So she did this wonderful Donkey Kong drawing. I was roped in by Mark to paint something, so I was like, hey, let's go for the Mario kind of steampunk theme. Huge Power Girl fan, and I had extra canvas, so I said, what the heck, why not?
And you recently sank quite a bit of your own personal money into some Power Girl memorabilia, if I remember from one of our earlier conversations.
Yeah, a few dollars into Power Girl memorabilia.
Can you define a few dollars for the folks at home?
But a few action figures. I got a tattoo, stuff like that.
All right, going down the line here, of course, these handmade bags. This is your wife's work.
Yeah, that's my wife's work. She's just really awesome at sewing. So she took like an old Atari shirt I had, turned it into a purse. Old Atari shirt again, turned it into a purse. Then she had
this one on the end. This is my favorite. This is the piece de resistance. Ladies, if you're dating a guy who's a nerd, there are things in life you can be prepared for. Number one, he's going to waste a lot of money on his hobbies. If you're lucky, he'll somehow turn that into a profession. High five, Kev. You can justify buying video games until you're dead now. But what you need to do the most, if you accept that man as your husband, is you've got to support him, and you have got to let the world know that you have his back, despite the fact that he's a little weird, he's kind of smelly, very hairy, and he has an affinity for pink bunnies. Right here, pink bunnies. There's your proof. From the first time to the last time I ever see you, pink bunnies. But over here, this is money.
Oh yeah, it is. She got her little nerd wife brand going on, little PixelNation bling on it. Oh yeah.
Now, Kev, do you have can you give us 4 minutes of your time? 4 minutes. Can you take us on a quick updated tour of your store? I know from the first video we did, some of you folks, you may not have seen the improvements this guy's made, and they are vast. And the game library, good Lord, brother, it's grown. Since the last time we were in here, it's only been a couple weeks. You got a ton of new games.
Yeah, we constantly got customers trading in, doing stuff like that, so totally everything you can imagine just comes in that store, it seems.
But real quick, look at this place. Zach, pan around here real quick at a glance. We'll be in depth here in a second. But from the first time we came in here, it was a little bare at first. You've reinvested. You got some great new shelves in here. You got a ton of great new memorabilia. Of course, you have so much in terms of game product now, especially in terms of things that a lot of people can't find at your retro game stores. You have all the adapters, controllers, and AC adapters that somebody can need for those old systems to run properly.
Oh yeah, we just try to keep a constant stock of stuff coming in. We keep rare stuff over here like Conker's Bad Fur Day, Mario 64, Wind Waker, ton of strategy guides. Over that way, the PlayStation. Y'all seen a tour of the store before, but we got a few new improvements like, the new shelving right here.
But showcases all of these extra controllers that you need for systems and maybe to plug into your computers excellently.
Yeah, it's just a plethora of stuff.
And over here, of course, what mentioned earlier, photography work by Sam Franz. How on earth did you acquire these to hang up in here for?
Sam just basically came to me, said I wanted to hang some artwork up. I said, hey, it's awesome. Let's roll with it.
That's right, PixelNation. It's the place for nerds to showcase their nerdy work. And speaking of showcasing for nerds, over here, I've been waiting on this, brother. I'm going to buy one of these fuckers today. The PixelNation t-shirt. You might look like an idiot when you wear it, but you gotta say, no matter how stupid you feel wearing a shirt with a pink buddy, you gotta support your hometown game store. It's like your hometown comic shop. You have to support it. There's no choice in the matter, am I right?
You are correct, sir.
Abso-damn-freaking-lutely right. And of course, of course, over here we have the site of the Donkey Kong tournament where you narrowly avoided defeat at my hands.
Oh, it was so close. I was so scared.
You beat me by what, like 278,000 points?
Yeah, something like that.
You played. He played for about 22 minutes. I played for about 4.5. And this over here, your PlayStation 1 games, they've certainly sprung up in terms of the amount that you have. No longer just the bottom shelf. This is the bane of a PlayStation 1 gamer enthusiast's life, is going to a retro game store, and all you have is shelf after shelf after shelf of used sports games. And you finally acquired enough that I can scroll through quite a bit of this if I wanted to, and randomly pull stuff out. And look at this. Well, that's a sports game too. Okay, 007. Well, that's a racing game. It's technically. Oh, here we go. Not a sports game. I mean, you got quite a few non-sports game things, and that's harder and harder when you get into the next-gen consoles.
Yeah, it's a lot harder, especially when you look at how many copies of Madden are produced a year, and I mean, it just gets crazy around this place.
I mean, really, who wants to look through 58 copies of Madden when all I really want to do is play some Final fucking Fantasy? Of course, over here, the PlayStation 2 archive. Wow, you've got a ton of PlayStation 2 crap.
Yeah, we got a whole wall of PlayStation 2 now. We got Vampire Knights up there, little Baldur's Gate on the end, and then stuff like, everybody loves Call of Duty, but we got like the Shin Megami, Kingdom Hearts, stuff like that. I mean, we try to keep the rare stuff in stock too.
Of course, over here we have Wii. We got 64 titles. We even do have a little bit of the PlayStation Plus over here, and some PS3 games, which it's kind of surprising. They're on their way out though. I mean, we're going to see a lot of PS3 in here over the next couple years.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how the new systems pan out.
You know, I want to ask you this question, because you're like me. You're an old school gamer. You love having the physical copies of the game. A lot of the new systems, they're going towards downloadable content versus actually holding on to the cartridge. How do you feel about that?
I'm really not for downloadable content. I like having a cartridge or a hard copy of the game I have.
Now, over here, this is one element that's real hard to amass a large library of used games. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, of course, as popular as it was, and you can see it here, you don't have quite as much of that as you do other gaming systems. How do you think that's reflective of the fan base that it has?
The fan base for Super Nintendo is just phenomenal. I mean, you get guys that trade in and they go right out the door again. So, I mean, it's crazy. And then we got the Japanese Famicom games down here, or Super Famicom.
We bought a couple really great wrestling games from you recently from here. And down here, the downside of this, of course, is you have to be able to read the Japanese language to really be able to enjoy these games to their fullest. But some of them you can still have quite a good time with.
Yeah, you can have a good time with them, but yeah, some of these language barriers just ridiculous. Like, can somebody tell me what this game is? Be really awesome if they could.
Oh my God! Is this really?
Oh, that just happened, man.
Oh my Lord! This is for all the angry video game nerd fans out there. This is what is commonly referred to as the worst video game of all time. I've never heard a kind word said about this. Do you have a kind word?
Nope.
I guess not entirely terrible cover art, though misleading and making you believe that you want to play this game based on your love for the movie. But you know, a lot of the early games were like that, especially for the Atari.
Oh yeah, there were a ton of early games that are just really rough to get through. I mean, you gotta believe people had a better imagination back then than we got now with our HD graphics and enhanced everything.
And you, behind the counter, of course, you do have quite a bit of original Atari games and different game system games in their original boxes, which is very hard to find. Some of them still actually sealed. We bought a copy of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes from you the last time we were here. Scotty did, and we went home and looked up at the prices on eBay. Some of those prices are astronomical. What you can get for games still sealed up. I think he got it here for $20 that day. We went home on eBay. Somebody was selling it for $100.
Yeah, that's pretty common. We try to avoid the eBay pitfalls here because you're also paying for shipping when you get stuff off there too. It's really not good for business for our local gamers to have to come into that and have to spend the same kind of money they would online.
Now, while we have time, I know you've got a lot going on here at Nerdapalooza today. It's a cute little guy, isn't he? Very cute. You can buy these for $20 a piece down here. We've got some of the Pac-Man ghosts. Is this a Dungeons and Dragons dice?
It is an icosahedron that you can store your
You can put your D20s or your questionable stuff in there.
PixelNation is the exclusive home of 8-bit stoneware. By myself, Tony Puglisi, I'm the artist. We've got Goombas, Q*berts, Pac-Man ghosts. You can finally get a life if you want to power up Mushroom. And we're gonna be expanding some of the stuff that we have down here. We've got Mario pipe jars in the works. We got some Kirby's in the works, some Zelda themed art and stuff like that. And this is the only place in town, only place in the world you can get 8-bit stoneware. So,
well, very excellent. Congratulations on the ability to display your art a little bit more prominently here in YouTube land. This guy sees us walking by. This is what you gotta do to make an impression. You see a moment, you grab a hold of it. Great products here.
I'm gonna let you get out of here.
It's kind of a niche market for that gamer who's looking for something. You want to find something for that gamer that has everything. This is something they don't have yet. It's really original memorabilia. Real quick, we're going to travel this way. Kevin, can we show off the projection room?
No, we can't right now. It's actually tore apart because Razor Sharp is using all our projection equipment tonight.
That's right. Razor Sharp Studios, of course, showcasing Pork Chop 3D. Of course, I appear in that. We have several friends here that appear in that. And right down here, if you want to purchase Pork Chop 3D or Pork Chops, right here at PixelNation, you can definitely purchase that, along with a plethora of other wonderful gaming and nerd-related memorabilia. Kevin Morris, we're running out of tape. We thank you for your time. Thank you for watching Zach Tower. Watch, love, and learn.